Wow, Will's really dark.
I am very, very dark. 1 second, I can change that around. Watch. Boom.
There we go. That's good.
How's
It
this?
works. It works. That way we kind of both have our light coming from our right hand side. My, I've swapped my videos so like my left is your right and kind of stuff and makes my brain work.
Yeah. So good evening, everybody. Hello. It's the Game One Play Itself, Season 3, Episode 10. And this mug here with a beard, this grey beard here, is Lardteamaker, aka Will McKellar. Joining me, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Technical, that makes me sit here and go, I have no idea what you're saying, but it looks good. It's James Atkinson.
How are you doing? How are we all doing this evening, everybody? Let's move the mic into a more centralized position so you actually can hear me better.
So I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, but it's more about so they can hear me better. I know you can hear me just fine. Otherwise, you would have told me for like the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, I don't want it. Which, you know,
Turtle.
For an audio version,
Then I drove her in the car. Hospital.
And fries.
Full of.
So yeah. So on tonight's show, we have the usual sort of gubbins. You know, bits of news, what we've been playing, shout outs, maybe a little bit about Extra Life. And you know, all that good stuff. But I guess, matey, as has become the norm for yourself, and you know, we like the norm at times because a bit of change can be a bit scary. I'll let you begin with the housekeeping.
The housekeeping. Hello, welcome to the housekeeping segment. So, let's talk about a few things here, people, because I'm going to go through the housekeeping. I'm going to do it in a different order than usual because the last thing I mentioned on the housekeeping is going to lead us directly into the news. Because you know what we like around here besides some formats and lists and stuff that we just go throw right out the window halfway through that makes Will kind of look at us and go, James, what the hell are you talking about? This is not what we had planned. And I go, I don't know. I've been drinking all night. That. So, let's talk about a few things here, people. So we're going to lead with Extra Life. You know Extra Life? It helps kids. You know who helps do things with kids? Hospitals. Especially hospitals like the Connecticut Children's Hospital, which we, at the Game Won't Play Itself, are supporting. And guess what? We're doing streams. You know we're doing 3 streams? We're giving you a weekend of TGWPIS streams in November. Specific dates I don't really know, but I'm pretty sure it's like at the beginning of the... It's like the weekend of the 3rd or the 4th.
It's the 2nd, 3rd, and November.
Good, thank you. See, like I was ballparked. So we're doing this thing, and now you're saying, James, it's like the end of August, and I'd be like, yeah, that's right, it is the end of August. But you want to know what? It's never not too soon to help donating for kids, which is very important. And we're helping kids, and you're gonna get a lot of quality content. You're gonna get a possible Bloodborne. We're gonna get Chris's personal best in Bloodborne if you donate $2,000 during his stream. I can guarantee you it will be his PB in the game. Guaranteed, 100%. I can guarantee you. But you have to donate $2,000 during that. You're gonna get Will playing. What are you playing, Will?
I'm going to be playing some Golf with Your Friends. I'm going to be playing some Speedrunners. I'm going to be playing some American Truck Simulator, and possibly a little bit more.
Okay, and I will be streaming 8 hours of Football Manager. Yeah, I'm just joking with you guys. Maybe like a half an hour, because way to kill. They'd be like, way to kill it, James. You just fucking murdered Extra Life because you played Football Manager. I know 2 people who would show up for it though. Guaranteed.
And also, can I just drop in a couple of other big bits of news about Extra
Go
Life?
ahead.
Person who's in the chat with us, all round great guy, and you know, one of the biggest supporters of TGWP that we have, is Tim Paulin, who's in the chat with us tonight, as I say. He has not only donated a little bit of Extra Life at the moment, but because he's doing a little challenge for himself. If for every game he completes this year up to Extra Life, he's going to donate $1 to it. And so far, he has done 30 games so far this year, which is fantastic. And he has joined our team. So now we have 3 bits for our team, which brings our total up so far, and we haven't even started in November yet, to $549.
And Will, what question here? What is our goal this year?
Our goal this year is $2,000, as it is not only for our bit, for our 3 streams. The combined now is $2,500 with Geo, with Tim, which we can do. You guys can help.
We're a fifth of the way there, and we have
Yeah.
and what? We're like not even a month away. We're a little bit more than a month out.
Yeah, we're about what, 10 weeks out?
10 weeks? Yeah, sure. I'm gonna go with sure.
It's around about 10 weeks.
I don't know what month it is. I know it's a Friday. That's why I'm here. That's about all I know. But yeah, Extra Life, it's a great thing. You guys have helped already make it awesome, but we're gonna make it even more awesome. Because guess what? Last year, what was it? $1,000 goal? Was our goal? What did we ended up raising?
1,600.
1,600. So we crushed that. Now we got more months, more time, and more streams. And you guys are already starting to crush it, which we appreciate, and we're getting there. And the thing is, you guys are doing this before we even have content for it, which I applaud you. I applaud you guys. It's great. We're really happy, and like I said, even and like we always say to all up to Herg not here. He's here in spirit.
He may be here, Alec.
He's chopper copter right now. He's in transition. He's driving. It just happens to be the weekend that like he actually is like going to another place. So I mean, he may call in. It happens sometimes. I obviously can be Hurgleman for the both of us because Hurgleman. But no, it's not like he's gone. He's just driving. I know it's a weird thing for anybody who doesn't live in the United States to drive more than 3 hours and not be able to cross your entire country.
Yeah, it freaks me out that you can't do that. See, but also I do want to say up to almost every person who has donated so far, and that one person who I'm not going to thank for donating is this one here. I'm not going to thank myself for it. Is Stupidly Epic, is Michael, is Tim, is Will's Toy Clearance who donated as well, who if he gets his 1 billion in pinball on the Source's Lair table, he said he'll donate another £5 to it. So, and he's getting there. He's getting closer. So I'm willing him on, pardon the pun, to get that as well. So, you know, people can donate now. Even if it's $1. If it's $1, we can donate.
And for those of you who can't, you can do something else instead. Tell your friends.
Yep. Tell your friends. Join us in the chats.
Yeah. Just be there for the streams, because we used to do it as a 24-hour thing, and that was almost, it was sustainable, but only through the sheer willpower of the people around us. So by joining us in the chat, because here, let me tell you something. All right, here's the shit. The more people that are in the chat, the higher up the rankings we go in like the browser thing on Twitch, and more people can find it and be a part of it and then learn about it, and then maybe they'll donate. So the more people we can stuff in the room at one time makes it more visible for other people. It's kind of a win-win kind of a situation. You guys get to watch us be our normal goofy selves, and at the same time do that. And who knows, I may make a, here we go. All right, I'll make a bold prediction, and Will, you can hold me to this. If we beat our total goal, our team goal, the 2,500 before my stream,
right,
I will play Fortnite for 2 hours.
Wow.
We all remember the last time I played Fortnite. We all know how that went.
And it's on, what do you play Fortnite on? PC,
PC. So I can play with anybody else except for assholes who have Sony consoles.
Yeah. What I could do for that, I will download the free, the Fortnite on PC,
which is free,
which will be free, and I will join you for that.
Yeah. So we
We
will
will
have
team up.
we and we will even say we'll either play duos or we'll play for 4, and we may grab people out of the chat to play with us.
For those 2 hours.
But you have to beat the goal. You have to beat 2,500 before
The Saturday.
Yeah, before whatever my stream is, because I know Chris is doing Friday and then you're doing Sunday, right? So it means I'm doing
Sunday
Saturday.
10 till 6 is my time. That's my hours I put in there.
So that'd be 5 in the morning Eastern Standard
5 in the morning
to
Eastern
1
Standard.
in the afternoon.
Yes.
Got it. Because math. Unless it's summertime? No, it's not going to be summertime. We don't. Fucking daylight savings time makes things weird. Nobody wants to change at the same time. England's like, oh yes, we'll change 3 weeks after you do. You change yours, Americans, and we're like, and then Arizona's just like, fuck you, we're not even doing it at all. It's just freaking weird.
Actually, in that point, when does our clocks? Yeah, because it'll be 4 hours then. It'll be 4 hours.
More to come on the time thing, because
We'll look at it then when it gets closer.
it's a wonderful thing about time. It's all relative.
So yeah, and also on the day that you do your 8 hours.
You almost said 24.
I almost said 24. The reason I said 24,
I did not commit to 24 in any way, shape, or form. Don't you put words in my mouth.
The reason I was going to say 24 is because on the same day you're doing your stream,
Yeah,
Tim is doing his first 24-hour stream.
Tim,
for Extra Life.
Tim, what are you doing? Are you insane, man? Did you not learn from like why we built this thing? I mean, congratulations. I want you to succeed, but do you have energy drinks? Is there an exit plan? Do you need to like host TGWPIS for like an hour while you get something to eat and drink? Because
then we're going to have a multi-link on during yours, so then we can have Tim and you on at the same time.
Good. Tim, by the way, I will let you know. I don't know the times yet I'm streaming. Once we get those times settled, I will let you know them. So then that way, if you need a break, you can take the break during my stream, because 24 hours is a admirable goal, and I completely understand. But please, at least take an hour to use the bathroom and like get something to eat, because you need to do that. Don't sit in a chair for 24 hours. It is not a healthy thing.
Yeah, don't be as stupid as me.
I kicked him off.
Yes. Because James knew I would do the whole thing without a break. Otherwise.
I mean, I would too, but I'd have to cath myself in the meantime. And that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe it depends on depends, but even still. This is not something you should do. No. So listen, we'll talk. We'll figure out the logistics. But logistically, people just watch. It'll be fun. You'll enjoy it. Trust me.
Yeah.
You guys all remembered Fortnite from last year. That was
fun. I enjoyed watching that when I was eating.
You guys all enjoyed watching it. Do you know how stressful that was for me? I should be the one wearing the fucking Fitbit to see what my heart rate was.
Oh, I've got a funny story about this. The Fitbit when we're into what we've been playing. What I was telling you about from the game I was playing earlier about the side quest I was talking to you about, James.
Yeah.
I got a story about that involves this.
Good. So I'm going to continue on with the rest of the preamble ramble, aka news items, aka shelling out at the beginning of the show, so most people who listen to the show for the first part actually hear about this shit and then don't wait and have to listen all the way to the end where I talk about Football Manager for 2 hours. So the next thing we're going to talk about, and another way, because we're talking about ways you can support things. So that's how you can support Kim. Hi. So that's how you can support Extra Life, and we like Extra Life because it's about helping kids, and we're all about helping people and other streams and other communities. But we would be remiss if we didn't talk about ourselves a little bit, because let's be honest, we have to a little bit. It's what keeps the show open and everything. So let's talk a little bit about here. Ways you can help support us. Hi, we're The Game Won't Play Itself. We're a podcast. We talk about video games most of the time. Well, some of the time. Part of the time. And then we make somewhat kind of lewd jokes, like what this show could have been called if I let my dyslexia. That's right. That's what I said. You know what I said. Get the better of me. Because, I wish I had better titles. You change that around a little bit more, and we would really have to be on the Pornhub side of things to be doing this kind of show.
And thank God we didn't have a female guest on if you did that.
Yes.
Because that could have been a whole situation.
But we're the Game Won't Play itself. We do lots of things. We talk about video games. Sometimes we stream video games. Most of the time we laugh about stupid shit because we are a community of people who like hanging out and talking about like-minded stuff, and we really would like you to join us. And sometimes we ask for support. Now, how you say, James, how do you support the Game Won't Play itself? I said, well, there's plenty of ways to do that. There's ways to monetize and help us monetarily, and help us not monetarily. So let's talk about the ways you can help us. We'll start from least to most nicest. And most nicest is going to lead us into what our first news topic is. But first of all, what's things you can do to help? You can tell a friend. Just tell somebody. Have them listen. Have them watch. It'd be really nice and cool. Especially if they think they'd enjoy talking about video games or just joining a nice community of people who like to hang out and talk about stuff. You can follow us on social medias. That's Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. I think we even have a Tumblr. I don't know when's the last time we posted anything to it, but it's there. We exist. You could follow us on Twitch and subscribe to us on YouTube, where pretty much all of these videos of all of the streams that we do go live. They're there all the time. There's a schedule. There's actually 2 videos that come out every single day, like clockwork. I would know. I scheduled them 2 weeks in advance. So there are literally videos that come out like clockwork. You can, join the Discord. Talk with people there. You could follow us. You could watch bits and watch creepy videos about, people driving cars and like the Dodge Dart and the McRib. And I don't know what else they think. I haven't been able to watch a bit video in like 3 months, so I couldn't tell you what the trendy kids are doing. It probably has something to do with that Fortnite. All those kids are on the Fortnite nowadays, so let's talk about the frickin' Fortnite. So it's on the Fortnite. You can watch the bits and then get bits, and then the bits you can donate to any type of streamer you want. Could be us. Could be anybody else. You can also do that. You can subscribe. Much the way like Kim did, which is awesome, and you get that cool little graphic, and soon to be you're going to get something next to your name when I find an artist to actually do the drawing things, or I get off my lazy ass and actually do something about that. And see, there's a lot of ways you can subscribe. Now, you can either subscribe with your good hard-earned money like you just did there. Some cases, you can even gift out subscriptions. That's a thing. You can give other people who you say, hey, we really like this, guys. We really think you're cool. We can gift you a sub. Or you can use Twitch Prime. Now, you may say, James, Twitch Prime, that sounds really familiar. And I would say, yes, that does sound very familiar because it's tied to your Amazon account. That Prime account that you bought way back when you wanted to watch The Notebook because you're on vacation, you really wanted to watch the movie, but you didn't really have any internet, and then, you're not going to pay $10 to watch a movie on the freaking hotel movie screen. It makes no freaking sense. So you went and wanted to watch The Notebook, and you said, hey, let's try Prime for 30 days free. And you're like, hell, I'm only on vacation for a week. This is great. I can watch Prime for free, have it free. I can watch The Notebook and, the Ghost of Girlfriend's Past starring Matthew McConaughey and Jessica Biel, because that's a really good movie that you could really enjoy for free. And then you forgot to cancel the subscription, and then $100 later you've got this Prime thing, and you're like, well, I'm paying $100, well, now $119 because that went up a month in the United States, and you're like, well, I should be using this for something. And you go, hey, I can tie my Amazon account to my Twitch account. And by doing that, I can give one subscription a month to whatever streamer I want as part of being a Prime member. And then if you think about that, so you do the math backwards. Well, subscription's what? $4.99. So if you do $4.99 times 12, so it's 40. It's about $50. So if you take that $50 off of what your Twitch Prime your Prime subscription which is about $120. So you're only really paying about $60 for Prime, because you're giving that money back to the other people, which is great, and it should be done. It helps you justify that purchase and make it not feel bad that you actually are paying $120 for having to watch The Notebook on your vacation. Now, that being said, there's a lot of great things that Twitch Prime offers you, but they're changing it a little bit.
They are. Now, I mean, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it could be worse what they're doing.
YouTube.
Yeah. But if you haven't heard, from September the 14th, they're now putting adverts back on to people who have Twitch Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you do a year's subscription to Twitch Prime, then for that year, you won't have any adverts when you're watching streamers. But if you're still doing the monthly stuff, then it'll come into force in October. Now, they do say, oh, there's a way around this. You could get Turbo instead, which is apparently slightly different from Twitch Prime, which is a little naughty on their part. But, you know, and here is the big if in my part for this, if you can actually start getting bits on ads properly, rather than it just going randomly every 4 months, then that's fine. I'll be happy with adverts coming back onto this. But if it's not, and or affiliates don't get revenue from these adverts as well as partners, then that's a little bit more naughty from their part. But James, what do you think of this?
Well, I could tell you multiple reasons why. Are we talking about the bad side or the good side? Because I can tell you.
Let's do bad side first.
The bad side of it is that in some countries like Japan and everything like that, they've only had this implemented for the past 10 months. So because it's only been it's kind of like, hey, here's this free trial thing. Guess what? You don't get it anymore. Haha. Not like us who have had it for almost 2 years now. Twitch Prime has been around and offering advertisement free stuff.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And so in certain countries, it's the only way to have ad blocking revenue. It's just the ad block ads on Twitch because the way the countries are set up, and they have other ways and other cheaper shopping options to go about shopping. So there's really no reason for them to have a Prime subscription and to offer that. They would just rather just sub to their favorite streamer and say, why do I need the rest of this? In some cases, people are losing subs because of that, because they're like, well, there's no point for me having this, because why would I have this and then still get ads? And one of the reasons why I did this was because of ads. And that's for foreign countries, not mainly like Japan and the Asiatic countries, not for the United States and UK who've had it since almost the inception of it. So that's a difficult kind of thing. Also, I mean, the other thing we're not talking about is that they're also changing the revenue that you get from games that are bought when people are playing it from 20% down to 10. Has anybody ever seen that? Anybody? Bueller? Is that a selling thing? Is that a thing? Does anybody really care about that? So that's kind of they're changing the policy and they're evolving it. Okay. Let me tell you why I think this isn't going to really matter in the long scheme of things. Number one, better than YouTube. Still.
Yeah.
Still better than YouTube. Still better than that. They're not changing the cut of that people are getting from it. So in other words, they're not changing the game cut that they're getting. And in reverse thing, because they're also now giving out games for free. So instead of buying games for streamers, they're now also just giving you games for free. And some of them aren't half bad. You're also getting, Warframe support, you're getting PUBG support, you're getting Fortnite support on things. So it's not like you're not getting things. They're just alternating around. Also, let's be honest, Twitch Prime was a good fucking deal when it came out. It still is a good deal considering what you're basically, like, money-wise, getting able to give $50 out of your, you're still giving $5 of that, $2 of that back to Twitch when you're doing your Prime subscription, but you're still able to support streamers monetarily. Ultimately, too, if you want to, you could just put an ad blocker on your computer. Just block the ads on Twitch if you wanted to. I'm not for that because I'm a big proponent of having of okay watching ads. And the reason being is because in a lot of cases, those ads are how those streamers and people generate revenue. It's the reason why I don't block ads on YouTube for whatever reason, because unless that person has a Patreon set up, and to be honest, I don't do a lot of patrons, I watch all of those ads all the way through, so then that way that person I know is at least getting a cut of that ad revenue, because that's one of the few ways that they actually get paid. And they're transitioning some of the costs because they realize, hey, this isn't working. People aren't buying a lot of these games off of these Twitch streamers. Because let's be honest, it was cool, it was interesting, but I never saw, TGWPIS never saw really any revenue off of it. Did your channel see any revenue off of it, Lard?
Nope.
So they said, okay, that isn't working, so let's change tactic here. Let's change a little bit about that. And ultimately, the big crux of it is the whole fact that you're able to do a subscription for free every month. That's the draw of it. That's the main thing. Everything else was just bonus to it. And when they came out with it, it was like, oh, cool, we can do all this other stuff too. So it was never the primary draw, and they're not changing the primary thing. They're not all of a sudden going, hey, here's this game. By the way, now there's loot boxes 5 months into it. No.
Yeah.
They're keeping the Yeah, I'm just twisting that knife. They're keeping it the same. And ultimately, if that ad revenue, because remember, a lot of us still watched videos, and a lot of people will still watch Twitch who don't have a Prime subscription and have to watch those ads. That's helping Twitch, but it's helping the content creator too. It's a way that they're able to help pay that content creator for doing those things. And it's never a bad thing to make sure people who are creating content helps get them paid. And I am a huge proponent. If there's an ad and you're okay with it, go and watch that ad. If a streamer is usually playing that ad, a lot of the streamers that I watch ads for, they play the ads because they're getting up and they're using the bathroom or they're getting something to eat. So you're not missing any content either anyways, because it's just a polite thing to do. You're not going to lose anything. And I think most people have that built into their streams of what to do. We don't run ads. If we did run ads, it'd because I have to get up and take a piss. So yeah. Ultimately, it doesn't change the product that you're getting. It's changing a few things, but it was a great deal. They're making it a little bit less so, but they're also changing tactics because, yeah, they never said they were going to give you free games when you got Twitch Prime when it originally announced. Now you're getting free games. If you told me, hey, listen, that revenue that you're getting for that stream game, for streaming those games, we're going to cut that down 10%, but we're going to give you free games, I'd be okay with that because monetarily that's going to make up. And guess what? As a Twitch Prime subscriber and a streamer, you can stream those games for free. It's giving you content. They're giving you content.
And downside, you have to have the app on your PC for it.
And that's
not really a huge issue.
And if you play WoW, you've got that app anyways because you're using it to manage all your WoW mods.
Now, here's the thing as well. As you mentioned briefly, it's like some streamers, especially partners, don't turn the ads on, so they keep them off. So it doesn't really affect people either way.
Yeah.
If you're subscribing.
It doesn't. If you're subscribed to, and like I said, if you're not subscribing, a lot of people I know, I can let you 3 off the top of my head. Lethal Frag, who streams whenever he runs an ad, it's because he's using the bathroom or he's using the bathroom. He's not diminishing the content that you're watching because of an ad. It's because he's away from the computer and it's commercial break. And be honest, when you watch TV, you watch any type of sporting event, when do you use the bathroom or when do you not pay attention to it? During the commercial breaks. If anything, it makes sense because it's giving your... Remember when we talked about this, Tim? Remember this? It's giving your people an ability to get up and move around and go away from the screen because you've been at this for 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. It's a healthy thing to do. Professor Broman, one of the bigger Destiny streamers, does it as well. If he gets up, he's going to run an ad. He's like, hey, I'm going to be away from my computer. I got to go pee, or I got to go get a sandwich, or I got to answer the door because there's getting a thing. So I'm going to run an ad, and then we're going to come back. So it's a lot of the good streamers, a lot of the ones who have communities and stuff. That's what they do. It's because it's out of politeness to the crowd. They understand like, hey, the ad helps them with revenue. It helps support them. But at the same time, you have other ways to do that. So in my mind, I've always watched the ads, no matter who it was. Doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. I watch the ad. What is it? It's a 30-second commercial. Then it gives me time and effort and energy that I did nothing because I'm sitting there watching it. Or I'm going to go up and take a piss. But it also gives me comedic material to make fun of in 2 weeks when I need to think of something to make fun of for Amazon Prime. Why you have an Amazon Prime subscription or why you have bits. It gives me comedic material here. That's me personally. But it's only supporting them. It's supporting Twitch. But let's be honest. If we're talking about ad revenue and stuff like that, they're not the worst people. Oh my God, you're gonna watch an ad when a streamer wants to play an ad. Oh, it's such a heartbreak. It's not like they're gonna say. It's not like they went out and said, "Okay, guess what? We're gonna put ads on everybody now, regardless of your subscription type. We're gonna cut the profits of the people who are getting that ad revenue, and oh, by the way, we're gonna also cut out 80% of the people who are actually getting ad revenue for that and haven't gotten a payout yet because we need to raise the base because we realize we're paying out too many people, and we're beholden to those people who are like sending the ads." And oh yeah, then by the way, we're gonna make videos harder to find, and we're gonna drain the swamp. But how the fuck are we also sponsoring two people who are basically the biggest shitlords on our platform boxing each other?
Yeah.
Walmart,
As
Walmart.
as you know, friend of mine, Mr. Chris Light said earlier, at least they're going to punch and get punched in the face for during that, and that's going to be a sight to see.
I don't even see why. Well, see, I'm going to give you since we're changing tactics here. By the way, so in other words, yes, it's a shitty thing that Twitch is doing and Amazon's doing because they're changing the policy. Businesses evolve, products evolved. It makes some sense. It understands it as a marketing standpoint, and just because they're changing it, you should not punish the streamers that you're watching because of that. Because remember, just because you're unhappy with the platform doing something, some of those streamers rely on that ad revenue, and it's a way for them to support money. So by the fact that you're putting an ad blocker on their channel means that they're not getting that revenue because that ad isn't being shown. Do something else for them. Subscribe to them, or at least give them bits. At least that way you're supporting it in another way. That's my biggest plea to you. Don't hurt the streamers because of you're unhappy with the platform. It's the same with YouTube. Don't hurt the content creators because you're unhappy with what YouTube's doing. If anything, you need to watch more of their videos.
Unless, of course, it is KSI or Logan Paul, then don't bother.
Yeah, see, and here's my thing about KSI versus Logan Paul. I am not giving them a cent. Because to be honest with you, I don't give a shit that they're punching each other in the face. I would rather see somebody like Vin Diesel beat the shit out of them. Because
I was going to actually say, I would, if I had the money, I would gladly pay Brock Lesnar to deal with both of them at the same fucking time. And I'm not talking WWE style Brock Lesnar. I'm talking UFC style Brock Lesnar.
Thank you, Dougie.
Thank you, Dougie. You're awesome. That's because, seeing them both get hurt is kind of like it's almost like a palate cleanser for the shit they're doing. Not a full palate cleanser because you can't wipe away that shit they've done, but you can try, just sanding it down a little bit by them getting punched in the face repeatedly.
And that's the last we're going to talk about it because we don't want to give them any more money or mentioning or wait time on the show because they're a bunch of fucktards.
Exactly. But we could now move on to something a bit nicer, because Gamescom happened this week.
It did happen. There was cool things. It made me happy.
Yeah, I almost missed it completely. I'm like, what the hell?
I didn't. Granted, I watch, I kind of make part of my job actually being a part of this because what I do and the advice I give to certain people directly depends on how much I know about the games industry along with other industries, but it makes me happy that as part of my job I get to pay attention to these things.
Hey, so I mean the biggest thing I saw from there was because I was told by Geo about some cool stuff from there, and I watched the Inside Xbox bit from there. earlier today, and yeah, some of it was quite good. Some of it couldn't be really asked with, which is bad, really, considering I'm supposed to be paying attention to games. But the Devil May Cry gameplay video.
We can watch it.
Oh yes, let's watch it because.
By the way,
God,
before, while we're pulling this up, I need to talk about something else. Probably one of the cooler bits of boothing I've ever heard. Have you heard about the Cyberpunk booth at all?
No.
They had a Cyberpunk themed bar in the booth with alcoholic beers as made by people who would drink it. I shit you not.
This I did hear about.
Fuck DRM was the name of two of the beers. Is FCK DRM, and it was a stout and a port.
And also the new graphics cards from Nvidia.
Yeah.
The 2080s.
Nvidia went up 10% this week. Nvidia is so hot right now.
And hello, the idiot player. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the show. I'm stalling for time while trying to look up a video. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And there was also that other game as well, Hunt Showdown.
It's not Cyberpunk, like so I don't care.
It's more like a gothic western that's mixed with things like a Monster Hunter, where you're a squad that has to hunt down monsters, and there's other squads in this world that hunt them down at the same time, and they try to stop you. So there's elements of Evolve in there as well, and that looked pretty cool. I mean, you've still got, they showed things like the Halo arcade game. They showed Forza Horizon 4, which again looks nice, but I'll bet my ass there's going to be those microtransactions in there.
Things may get weird, people. Just you. Everybody needs to trust me here for a second, okay?
Go on then.
No, keep talking. I'm just warning people. Things just may get weird.
And they were showing, plenty of package deals with the new games coming out for the Xbox One S and X, which is like listening to some of the bits where you can get 14 days of Xbox Live. You're like,
you're basically leasing an Xbox. Essentially, that's what you're doing. You're leasing it. All right. Bang. There's a thing. We ready?
Mm-hmm.
Peggy 18.
You're up, Nico.
You know I got you covered, asshole.
Try not to get us killed on the way there. Sorry, Nico. Take your time. Go home already. Perfect timing.
Okay, so, yay. Who isn't ready for that?
Hell yeah, that game looks awesome. Absolutely.
Let's pull out some other trailer. What were some other Gamescom trailers that came out? Because I have this set now, we can turn this into a trailer thing.
I say Hunt Showdown.
Jack, you did, and we're gonna say you have perfect timing.
Yes, you do. And, you know, the other little person had also perfect timing because, again, on the replay, you won't be able to see that shit.
We're gonna do one of my trailers. We're just gonna mute that while we wait for that ad to play. See, once again, letting the ads play. Hey, there's this game that came out too. It's like that cool Sekiro Shadow Die Twice, which is a very like Hideo Kojima sounding game.
And Man of Medan. That was one thing that Punisher's all about, and yeah, that looked quite cool as well.
Okay, here we go. Everybody can boo this as much as you want, but this is something that actually made me excited for this game for once.
Never felt better. You see that, Petrol? Petrol? Guardian? Must have knocked out the comm relays with that spectacular landing. And cue the ominous music. Okay, everybody. Back in your cages. I said, back in your cages! Yeah, that hurt. Sorry, not sorry. That's it. Now I'm pissed. Oh, is that really all you got? Help me out here, little buddy. coming home, Ace.
Yeah, so that was the one that I wanted to show.
That's cool. That's fair enough. Hashtag still not watching.
Did you at least watch the trailer, or did you just not watch it at all? Did you go and take? Was that your ad break? Did you take a piss?
No, I was kind of watching it. It was like I was watching chat as well.
Gotta make sure none of those trolls or show up.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Because which I kind of have been expecting them of late because it's the summer holidays. But yeah, so Gamescom, from what I saw, not bad, not bad. I know that Spider-Man's going to be playable EGX this year, which is nice. That means if I don't get it beforehand, we can have a go, have a look at it and see.
Still not.
Yeah, I'm still not fully convinced yet.
No.
So we may have to try it. Give it a wait.
Too many superhero games in my mind that have gone shitty because, and once again, I'm a firm believer on like, just once again, the movement just doesn't do anything for me.
But I mean, hopefully it's up there with Batman's, Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, because they were really good. And I think the other bit of news, which could lead me on to what I've been playing, is Onrush. Now, I'm no longer going to be endorsing Onrush. And this has led me to being a bit gutted, frankly, about this. Because this week on Twitter, they mentioned in their update, and by the way, WWE, you should be looking at their update because it's a bit copyright infringement. And I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, Onrush decided for their update for their summer event that they were going to put in microtransactions. And they justified it by going, "Oh, but if you want the stuff quickly, you can just buy it. You can get money, use real money to get it quicker than grinding away," which is not a justification at all. Frankly, it isn't. Whether it's pointless or not. Because if it's pointless, then why is it there in the first place if it's pointless? So yeah, so they dumped that in, and the bit that I say that WWE should be taking a look at, they called their event SummerSlam, which I don't know, if anybody on that team realizes, but there's a pay-per-view that's been going on for 31 years called SummerSlam. There was one last weekend, had Brock Lesnar and Reigns against each other again. So, that to me is copyright infringement, for one, for using that name. So, yeah, and the reason I got gutted was because, and I know we talked about this, where if they did do any loot boxes, / microtransactions paid for it when it came out, that would be the game that would ruin my resolution. And when I first saw it, I went, "Oh, fuck," because I thought it did. Now, after talking to James, after talking to you guys, and there's a poll on Twitter that's going to last for about another 20 odd hours, so it will finish tomorrow, or today now as it is in the UK. I've already finished the game before they did that. I already platinumed the game. We did that before they brought out these alerts. We didn't know for certain they were going to do this. We knew the loot boxes were in there, but they were grindable only from the time I bought it. So people are saying, no, my New Year's resolution of not buying a game which has loot boxes that paid for / microtransactions stands firm. And I because I am thankful for you guys saying that, because it's like, as I say, the game was truly gutting when they put these in, because I really, really enjoyed playing it. And it just sucks that they had to go to such a pointless method of trying to get some of their money back that they lost. So I will not be endorsing it anymore. I will not be playing it this year. Once this year's out of the way, and I decide whether to, resume getting games which have microtransactions in, if they're any good, is next year, not this year, and that still stands. And I'm gutted about it. I truly am. So I didn't play that this week as part of Thursday. So what we did instead, I went scrambling, and I fought H1Z1 or H1Z1, whatever way you want to pronounce it. I was going to play with Tim, I was going to play with Kim, and I was going to play with Gia. So we loaded it up. We were looking at, and they sent me the invite, and I just went, okay, why is this not working? Why is this guy saying go to the store, go to the store, go to the store? And we realised because they've region locked it, which makes absolutely no sense at all. None at all. So we played Uno instead because, we played Uno head to head with Tom.
I got a problem with that game.
You have a problem with Uno? Why do you have a problem?
I have a huge problem with Uno.
Is it because it's addictive?
No. It's just like Uno with like the colored cards and like the ad 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I have a huge fucking problem with that game.
Tell us. It's a soapbox time.
Oh, Keith, you want me to get angry? Fine.
Yep.
Let's talk about fucking Uno. All right? And I'm going to tell you why I hate this game. So much so that I will not play Uno at all. If somebody goes up and says, hey, we've got Uno as a card game, I fucking leave. I walk out the door. I have left at least 2 dorm room parties because they were going to play fucking Uno. That is how much... And there were relatively attractive girls there at the time, and I wasn't dating my girlfriend. And I could have stayed and been like the only guy sitting there drinking wine with women and talking about stuff and playing Uno, and I fucking left. You want to know why? I will tell you fucking why. Because at least going on 15 years ago, it was a rainy day at the beach. And my parents had a beach house, and we were there. We were there with another family, and the only game we had was Uno, because nobody wanted to play Stratego. Because Stratego is actually a fun game, but no fucking Uno. So, okay. Go to Uno. We played Uno for 5 fucking hours. And during these 5 fucking hours, this one girl just cheated the entire goddamn time. Every single hand she cheated. And I knew. And everybody else on the fucking table too knew. But they wouldn't say anything because it was the only fucking game anybody wanted to play. Because there's 4 players. We had to have 4 players playing the whole fucking game. So here we are playing this fucking game of this one person cheat and win every single goddamn game. Every time. And you want to know what? Fucking ruined Uno for me, and she did it, and it kept doing it, and it happened year after year after year after year for 5 goddamn years, to the point where I took the fucking Uno at the end of it, went out in the goddamn rain, and threw it into the Long Island Sound and said, fuck this game, nobody's playing it if you're gonna fucking cheat. I'm done with this. This is in front of her parents, in front of my parents, in front of my grandparents, just everywhere. I'm fucking done. Just done. I'm going to take this thing and fucking throw it out the window. And they're like, oh, you're not going to do that. And it was gone. It was done. It's fucking ruined. And I said, guess what? Done. Nobody can play fucking Uno anymore. Get a different game. Play Monopoly. I will have less rage playing goddamn Monopoly than I will playing this fucking game. Because it's goddamn ridiculous. And you want to know what? It's done. I never play Uno. I hate the game. I hate it. It just infuriates me. I want to burn it. But to tell you how much of a sentimentalist I am and how I can overcome my rage and anger, she got married recently and went to the wedding. And I bought her Uno. And I gave it to her as a wedding gift. And now, granted, the weddings are an emotional time and stuff, but she did smile, realizing how much time we spent together, and she cried a little bit because of it. Because you want to know what? I go for the fucking sentimental gifts.
I was waiting for some.
And she understood the rage and hatred that I had for this game. Just the pure loathing to the point where I would destroy this thing by walking out in the middle of a summer fucking thunderstorm and toss it into the ocean and like scream like Tom Hanks at the end of fucking whatever, the Castaway. That I would go and I would spend money on the game that I loathe, that I will never teach my kids or anybody how to play. I would spend money on it to give it to her as a wedding present. That I overcame my hatred, my disdain. I'm not an angry person by nature, usually. But I get angry at things on the show. Like, you guys don't understand my pure loathing for this fucking game. It is. I have left rooms. I have stopped talking to people because of this game. I will purposely just tell people, they're like, "Hey James, come over. Great. What game are we playing? Uno. No. Go fuck yourself. Dude, we've been best friends for like 10 years. I don't give a shit. You're playing Uno. Go fuck yourself. Or get a different game. Because I ain't playing Uno." And if somebody comes out, even if I got invited to somebody, I was invited to somebody's house. And she was like, "Oh yeah, come on over and meet my family. Great, no problem." Guess what? They brought out Uno. I left. I said, "I gotta go." She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Uno. I can't. It's a deal breaker. Just fucking can't."
See, I can have sympathy for this. I know it can sound weird to people, but I have that similar thing with COD. I had it ruined for me, even though I was going downhill anyway. But there was a friend's brother, and I know it probably isn't all his fault, but when COD Blops 2 was coming out, I was asked if I wanted to be in their clan. And I went point blank, "I will, but I just want to play the single player first. I want that first, and then I'll look at it."
Malinari, I will answer that question for you. $1 million. If we raise $1 million for charity, I will play fucking Uno. It has to be during my 8-hour stream, so it has to be done in 8 hours.
That's a challenge. That is a challenge.
You raise a fucking $1 million, I'll do it. We don't, I am more than happy to let that. If we raise $1 million, we will play. I will buy the card game. We will play Uno, and then you guys watch me fucking burn it. I would find a way to stream me just satanically, just a fucking satanic ritual of just burning the shit out of that game. I hate it so goddamn much. I can't. It's irrational. I completely understand it's irrational. It's absolutely 100% irrational. I'm talking like, if I'm to explain to you my absolute hatred for this game, it's Tottenham v Arsenal bad.
Are we talking Bears Packers bad?
We're talking Manchester Derby bad. Like, you need 3 lines of fucking police between me and them for this fucking game. It is. I mean, I can't stand it. Like, it's. I just don't. I can't. I just know. To fucking. I can't.
Yeah, this does sound like.
I'm having problems making words right now. I'm just thinking about it. It's just making me angry.
But yeah, it's like, yes, I am wearing a COD free t-shirt because it's free. And someone when I wore it up the town went, "That's a great game." I said, "No, it's not." No, it really isn't.
And then you punched them in the face and walked away because that's the logical reaction there.
Because here's the thing, right? As I was saying, the day I got COD Blops, I got COD Blops for this. I got a Call of Duty game. I let my brother's ex play it in the afternoon. I put the disc in after she'd done. Not 30 seconds after I started the game, I got invite from this person. I said I was wanting to play it first, and I hit the fucking roof. I turned the game off immediately. Went, no, I am fucking done. You're fucking done. And I went off with them. Their sister and myself had a bit of a fallout because they did this before, and it's like, we made up. We're fine, but I never played with this person again. Not once. And I told him, I said, that is enough. Oh, but I didn't mean to. I was excited. Do not care. I said this. You pushed it. And I went, no. So, yes, I understand, dude. I completely understand that. So, yeah, but we played Uno. It was fun. I quite enjoyed it because I don't have that same anger as you do for Uno, because I only really played it before with Letitia, because Letitia was trying to do a celebration stream for her community growing, for her followers growing. So she asked me to play it, and it was like, she's a friend. Yeah, okay. I can see where the anger comes from if someone cheats on it, because there was a rule that's in this game, the 0 and 7 card rule, where if you press 7, you put a 7 card down, you can grab someone else's hand and swap it with yours. If you put a 0 down, moves it around whichever the way the board's going. Which, believe me, extends that game a bit too bloody long. So there was that. So we played that. The other bits I played online, you can see they're all on the channel. They'll be going up eventually on the YouTube channel as well. Via Lardteamaker. Check them out. It's fine. If you are a subscriber, you can go on my channel. If you're not, you can wait and they'll go on the YouTube channel. But there's some stuff I played offline. I did play offline. PUBG earlier with Dougie. Dougie asked me if I wanted to play some PUBG because they were doing some challenges. And it's like, okay, let's have a look at this. I don't know where the challenges come from. I didn't catch where they came from originally, but you have 5 people in a group. You have the 4 people playing, and you have, in this case, Vicky. She was the mother of this. And there's certain different challenges. Like there was one game we played where certain things you couldn't say. You had to have code names. And if you didn't say the code name right, or you didn't say the other bits for the other parts, you lost your main weapon. If you didn't have a main weapon, you lost your pistol. If you didn't have that, your melee weapon or grenade, you had to drop them immediately. And the more you survived, the more things changed. Like you couldn't say building, you couldn't say tree, you couldn't say ammo, you couldn't say healing. You had to say something else instead, like picnic area, lettuce. It just got crazy, but it was a laugh, and that's something that we may potentially do for Extra Life as well, if I can get Dougie to pass that stuff over. Good night, Punisher. Have a good one, matey, and enjoy in 63, including NXT there. And the other thing, and this is the one thing I was leading up to with James earlier, and I was talking about this what I've got for my own health now, but Yakuza 0 I've actually started to get back into a little bit, and I am stuck on at the moment because there's a certain section that I can't get by because I don't really know where to go. I have to lay low for a while because of a situation with Kiru that's happening, which if you've played it already, you know it's to do with the empty lot and the fact that he asked to leave the Yakuza clan that he's in.
This all happens within the first 30 minutes of the game, so it's not major spoilers in the least.
Yeah, these bits aren't.
And if it is major spoilers, I would like you to go to the youtube.com/the game will play itself and look at the Yakuza series that we have out, because we were well past that on that point.
Yeah. And it's well worth a watch.
I may not be looking actually at the analytics right now for YouTube.
But it's well worth a watch. James does a bang-up job with this one.
I don't talk, that's why it's a bang-up job.
Hey, no, stop that, you. But we'll be playing actually more of that over the next couple of days.
Probably.
see where you are.
Yeah, no, cause do you want the streaming reason why or the other reason why?
I'll have a little bit of both. I'll have both
Streaming
reasons.
reason why, yeah, I want to stream the game. Other reason why, yeah, because it's the 12 o'clock time zone one, and yeah, we're only scheduled to go through the August 25th of it, so I
Yeah.
need to create a backlog again.
Because I say it's a great series. If you have not played it yet and you're on the fence about it, watch James go and play it from zero and go through that way, because it makes much more sense than going for like 6 or Kiwami 2, which is out next week. So yeah, so I'm wandering around. I'm trying to look for where to go next, because it doesn't tell us. It just says lay low for a while until you get contacted by this person. So yeah, I'm wandering around. Find this alleyway, and there's this kid standing there with a little speech bubble. And I like, I got up to him. Okay, fair enough. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm kind of sad because my mum was scaring me because she got really, really angry at me because I saw this wonderful vending machine, bright lights on it, and it was amazing. And I wanted to buy something from it." And she went off. She flipped her lid. She's never done that before. She's really kind. She's really gentle. And being the good guy that Kiyu is, in terms of side quests and stuff. So he goes, okay. I don't know why your mum's done that. That sounds a bit out of. And so you get the chance to offer to buy something for him for it. So okay, you do. So you go around the alleyway where this machine is, and you look at it. And then you stop and you stare and you go, "Oh shit," because it's a vending machine full of porn mags. Yes, this little kid that's probably about 9 years old wants you to buy him a porn mag from a machine. Now you may think, okay, fair enough. Mate, we don't really want to do this. So you try backing out of this situation, but the kid comes up with, "Oh, you promised adults suck, and it's just not great." Miss Libido. But yeah. So you eventually cave in. Say, okay, I'll buy one of them. But you've got to promise you will not, in any way, shape, or form, tell your mum or let your mum find this. And he agrees. The kid agrees to it. So, you head towards it, and then you realise a couple of women come out for their break from where they're working, nearby, and you think, shit. So you can't go full on walking. So you try to walk back out of it. Wait until later. 2 more gossiping women come down the alley. So you've got 2 sections of them, 2 sections of 2 women waiting there, and then the woman you've just hired for your business comes also walking up and goes, "Hi, Kiyu, how are you doing here?" So it becomes this sort of almost stealth mission to get a porn mag. just brilliant for this. Because, by the way, and again, this is a bit of another side quest spoiler. The woman that you hired was one that was selling on the street her used panties. And they got her into quite a bit of trouble with someone, mentally stable. So this game, this is crazy enough for all of this. So then you do the stealth mission, and my Fitbit went off and flashed up with my heart rate because my heart rate went up playing this, because this was the 80s. Well, this isn't where the internet for kids these days, but yeah, to say that, even though we knew it's a game and it was fucking brilliant, the story, because I was laughing my ass off at it, my heart rate went up. So my watch went, hang on, you're sitting there and your pulse is, your heart rate is like 110, and it's like, oh shit. So games can cause that effect on you. But yeah, so what have you been playing with this, dude?
Okay.
played.
Let's take a little look here. Let me just pull up this Yakuza 0. 'Cause
Mhm.
That's why there's videos coming up of Yakuza 0. I may or may not have put the playlist for Yakuza in there too. There's only like 11 videos. Maybe there's a 12th one coming out tomorrow morning. So you can watch it there. I tried to play some Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. Didn't quite work out. Played some No Man's Sky. Phantom Pain is a stream series, and I tried to stream it, and there was just this thing where like we were dropping frames, and I just got frustrated and stopped. Played No Man's Sky because it's kind of my relax game, and there's been a few videos up of it on our YouTube, and I've streamed a little bit of it, but it's not really. It's a fun game to play. I don't think it conduces itself well to streaming because there's just long stretches of just nothing.
Yeah.
Just kind of flying through space.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones. If you just want to do a chill stream and you just want to just relax for a few.
It's good if you want to interact with chat. It's a great chat interacting game because you can like definitely pay attention to your chat while you're like, all right, got 2 minutes to kill while I'm flying to the other planet. It's also a great time to, I don't know, run ads and go use the bathroom. It's a very good time to do that. But it's also a game, for me, it's a game I can play with the controller.
Yeah.
So like my keyboard and mouse are like up here, so normally I have to move in closer and do kind of stuff. But like I can be lazy and lay back here like this and not have to fucking worry about it and just play with the controller. Same with Yakuza. I play Yakuza with a controller because it just feels better. And also the game tells you to play it with a controller. So
Have you noticed in Yakuza? Where are you in terms of the story?
Chapter 2.
You're in chapter 2, right?
I'm
okay.
getting alcohol.
Right. Oh yeah, I know where that is for the homeless guy.
Yes, guys.
Yeah, guys. So I was going to say about certain skill for a character that you're playing it, but I'll hold off until you later on.
I mean, I know, but for them.
Yeah, for you guys, I'll hold off.
For you guys. See, once again, it's the wonders of podcasting is I point things this way because it makes it look like I'm looking at Will, and it provides more context. Once again, I'm looking this way, and I'm doing these hand gestures, and I'm making all these wacky and crazy noises that you can't hear on the audio version, so you should really go to thegamewon'tplayitself.com and watch it on YouTube. Anyways, yeah, I played some Yakuza 0. There'll be more played. Probably this weekend. I can't give you times because I don't know. I mean, that's the wonder of our streaming schedule and my streaming schedule. I don't, when I have time, I do. I like it when people show up. When you do show up, it's awesome. We hang out and we talk. When you don't show up, I'm still streaming and I'm just creating content for YouTube. So, still doing stuff. It's a win-win in my mind. I figure like I have to record videos to put them on YouTube so I can stream them at the same time, and if people show up, it's cool, we have a stream. If people don't show up, still creating content for YouTube.
So it gives you an extra avenue and option to watch stuff.
Exactly. It's basically, if I'm creating a video for YouTube, it's of a stream. Because I'm just not going to just record a video. I'm thinking about doing that, and I have to talk to Will about them, but that's for later on kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. That's not for now. But so Yakuza 0, Metal Gear, try to play Metal Gear Solid. There was Football Manager. There is always Football Manager, mainly because it's the game I play when videos are uploading to YouTube. I've explained to it last week. It's just because I can play it and it doesn't require internet connection. It's that simple. And it doesn't require a lot of thinking. Apparently also Jose Mourinho hates my guts.
What have you done to him? What did you do?
I didn't sell him my best player.
I mean, he can be annoyed, but hate you for that?
Well, I may have said he's I'm not selling him for anybody, especially to the person like Jose Mourinho
Yeah.
in a press conference during the Champions League. And then again in the press conference before Manchester United game. And then we beat them 3-0. And then after the press conference again after the Manchester United game. And then when they lost again the next week to Blackburn Rovers, I said that it was, it obviously showed the quality of his players and how willing they are to play for him.
Yeah.
That they really showed up to a side that was, 25th in the league. See, I'm very spiteful in the press conferences in those games. Like, if somebody does something to piss me off, even though I understand it's just bits and bytes, like, I call them out.
Hell, why not? So I'm going to be playing Commander Shepard.
Yeah. Well, it's how it's the way, and the best part is like, see?
Oh, Tim.
Did you just gift Will a sub to his own channel that he's on?
Yep.
That's funny. I applaud you. That's interesting. That's bravo. Bravo. Yeah, this involves a round of applause. I guess.
Gary's come up with a question for us.
Yes.
I think you might be able to answer this more than I am. Has anyone seen the Fallout 76 stuff? He's worried as VATS is still there, but it's now real time because of the whole time thing.
VATS was always real time. It just slowed down the game for it. It just turned it into bullet time. Now, that being said, I'm not worried about it. The reason being is because A, VATS is still there, which making it playable. B, they're tight. I believe in a game like this, they're either going to tighten up the controls or they're going to make the hit areas a little bit more forgiving, considering it is an MMO and they have to worry about going up to servers and worrying about other timings. Number 3, PvP isn't really going to be that big of an issue. Unless you want it to be in Fallout 76. Have you heard about the PvP issues? How they're doing PvP?
It's like, was it smaller servers with people in?
Yep. So
I know this on about the bombs as well, weren't they?
Yeah. So here's how they did it. They're turning griefers into content. Okay. So obviously, if anybody who's played any kind of MMO, especially old school MMOs,
yeah,
Will's Toy Clan. Have a great evening. We're happy you were here. Happy you stayed as long as you did. I understand that it's very late, and we appreciate you being here, as we appreciate all the people who are here. So, this is what they did, and this is coming from Todd Howard. They're making griefers content. So, they've said that at the first shot, if somebody shoots you, whatever they shoot you with is going to be doing very minimal damage. And the reason why it does very minimal damage is because they're not sure if that person wants to do PvP or not. So it's kind of like, I shoot you, it kind of is like the, hey, I want to duel, or hey, I want to play PvP. At which point, if you re-engage him, PvP is on and you go. If you don't engage him and the guy just kills you, A, you don't lose any of your stuff. He can't loot your body. B, you spawn close by. C, he gets a bounty on his head of caps. And as he does it, he gets more and more caps of a bounty. And then at that point, he gets shown on the map. People can see where he is, and they can see how much the bounty is. And then you can go and hunt him down and kill him. And if you hunt him down and kill him, you do not get counted as a griefer. So they basically said, yeah, you could totally do this, but you're fucking yourself in the meantime. And then they can loot your body and take your shit. So they've taken people who want to be assholes and they've turned it into content for the game.
Yeah, because now it makes them criminals in the game.
Yeah, essentially, it's like so because my biggest problem was a guy who coming from World of Warcraft. By the way, I played World of Warcraft Battle of Azeroth. By the way, yes, the next week of videos that's coming out at the 5:00 European time, noon Eastern Standard Time, is all World of Warcraft gameplay. Like it, you hate it. Guess what? People are actually watching it, so I don't know why. I don't know why, but people like watching WoW. So there you go. But one of the biggest problems I had is that like a high level character would come into a low level area and just keep killing me, preventing me from doing anything in the game, preventing me from questing. hence the name Griefer, because they were causing me grief. It's an ingenious system, and it's as skeptical as I was to Fallout 76. It's endearing me a little bit more to the game, because that was one of the core problems, is that, okay, you have kind of an MMO experience. What are you doing about this situation? And it's smart, because if you want to PvP, you can. If you don't want to PvP, you lose a little bit of time, but essentially the person's just fucking themselves if they're doing it. And granted, there will be that one or two cases where you get a server where the guy has like all of his power armor and shit and does it and goes out there and like tries to murder everybody, which is fine. But when the bounty gets big enough on this guy's head, the entire server at one point is going to go, hey, you want to? He's worth a decent enough money that it's going to be worth our time to go and kill this guy. And then you're going to hunt him down like the dog he is and murder his ass. Preferably when he logs out and goes to sleep. So, Fallout 76. So, like, that, and if they've got a system like that, because ultimately that's where the problem you're thinking, right? With VATS, how does VATS work in a PvP setting if I'm going to be murdered by somebody who has a sniper rifle who's like 100 million miles away? Essentially that. It's essentially keeping it a PvE game. And the more I look at Fallout 76, the more I'm cautiously optimistic for it. If in no other sense that they're trying something new and different. And that's not a bad thing. And I think Bethesda has been very clear on everything that they do, is that like they're not just let's create this game the next year over, let's rinse and repeat the same formula and just change it to being a Black Ops, but now being in Modern Warfare, now being back in time kind of a game company. They have creative people who want to do creative things, and to keep those people being creative, they let them create. They say, hey, we want to build this game, we think it'd be really cool. They kind of let them go down those avenues, because when it comes time to create their marquee titles, the ones that everybody has come to expect and love from them, they put a lot more time and effort, I think, create a better product, or create the skeleton of a very awesome product that then can be modded to shit and back by the third-party mod support communities that they have. And once again, you wouldn't have those modding communities if they didn't make something that a lot of people loved and a lot of people cared about. And then you can say that those games that they have foster so much respect and stuff because they take so much time to do it, and they try to make everything right through it to get to there.
It also feels like this was the version of a game that they wanted to make with Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Because that's what it feels like. Because they stopped, when they changed Elder Scrolls, and then they did it. So it's kind of like the progression for both.
Yeah, and it makes sense. And it makes sense. And I'm never not gonna like. And the thing is, Bethesda is, number one, it's a privately held company who's not beholden to shareholders at all. They've got a board of directors. They make their own money, so they can afford to be a bit riskier. But I'm never not gonna knock them for trying something different and trying something new. Rage 2. Right? I mean, and it looks fun. I personally may not. Rage 2 may be a game that I buy for like $35 on a Steam sale. That's kind of like the market I'm looking at for that game. But you've got Rage, you've got Blades, the mobile game where they're trying to like push mobile technology in a different direction. They do interesting things, and I think that's because they're focused on wanting to be creative, and they realize that they have developed the fan base and developed enough stuff where they can be creative and they can do interesting stuff. But at the same time, they they find that keeping their people from burning out, and we've talked a lot about burnouts a lot on the show recently, whether it be from YouTube, Twitch, social media, whatever. They're trying to keep their people interested, bought in, and creative. And that's a big deal. And that's not something you see in certain grinding companies who just acquire studios and then after they make their one game, send them up to the farm up north with all the other game studios.
Yep.
And it's the reason why I will continue to support that company even if I don't enjoy the game that they put out or do that. But they do different things. You can't fault them for their creativity and trying to work with their people.
Even
And
if they
that's
do silly things like block people selling games, even though they go, well, it looked new. Silly. Yeah,
not
so
as
you were
bad as
saying,
some other companies.
oh no, true, Codemasters.
So, and once again, a lot of those times they have tried. I mean, granted, they're talking about taking their own cut, and they still do have it up. But there's a mod store where you can like they've also like offered to like pay some of their modders. I believe some of the people who have created good mods are doing that. Does anybody seen anything for Fallout Miami?
Mm.
Where an entire mod team is creating a Fallout game inside of Fallout 4 using the mod development tools, and it's a free thing. And any other people may have looked at this and went, no. This is not game. We do not profit from this. We do not accept this. But, and Bethesda hasn't come out and said anything about it yet. Now, I don't know if there's something in the mail, if there's legal thing, but I don't think they've been keeping this a secret. And Bethesda still has time for this to, like, stop it. And I don't think they are, because, once again, they're creating a mod inside the already existing thing. It just happens to change the game entirely.
If it gets interest in that game, I think it will be a good thing.
Ultimately, that's what it is. People are going to buy Fallout 4 to play this game.
Let's play the mod.
Dougie, awesome as always. Thank you for being here.
Good night, Dougie. Thank you so much for joining us, dude. And if you're not already following Dougie on Twitch, give him a follow. He's awesome.
You should do that. He was on the show last week. He enjoyed it. He was here for tea time.
Tea time with TGWPI.
Tea time with. So moving on, the other game and the last game that I played this week, because we're getting towards the end here, is Graveyard Keeper.
Ah, yes, the almost like the Undertaker graveyard, Stardew Valley, isn't it?
Yes. It's weird. It's like Stardew Valley. I mean, I watched a witch get burned at the stake.
Okay.
There's a talking skull that helps you do autopsies on bodies that wants beer. And the reason why, and like I've played it, and I played like about an hour of it, and I found my gameplay loop where I'm starting to like be able to sustain making money and like do more things.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of cool things going on with this game. It's also still very new and has a small development team. So there are things that make it kind of buggy, which is why I've held out as long as I have playing it, and they're still fixing it. Thank you, Dougie.
Yeah, too kind, sir.
But at the same time, they are fixing it, and they are constantly updating it as they go. But like within the first week since its launch, there's been something like 6 or 7 or 8. They've been patching it almost every day, which is both a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing because they're supporting the game. They're doing that, but at the same time, why would you release a patch if you why would you release a game if you need to patch it? You know, a lot.
PUBG on Xbox, you mean?
Yeah.
Because the one thing I will say about Bluehole, for that, it was on the
Just call him 10%.
on the Gamescom event, they came out and said we have a positive. Since it was been early access on Xbox, we've had 18 patches. The downside for this is we've had 18 patches for it. So they have come out and said that while the patches have been good for the game, there's been far too many of them. And it comes out of early access September 4th. So it's full game properly on Xbox on September 4th.
Secretly, Todd Howard sitting in his office going, only 18 patches. What are they?
But, you know, at least they held their hand up for it, you know. So we do better. We will get 25.
it's the net code in that game. I just can't.
If they bring some of the cool stuff that we were doing, like the zombie mode to the Xbox version, which I hope they do, then that would be cool. If they charge people for servers a la Battlefield, they're going to have to do a bloody good deal on it for me to actually go, yeah, fair enough. But is that all you're playing?
Yeah.
Cool. So, shout outs time. Ralph.
Shout outs to T. Paulin.
T. Paulin, Dougie, the Reverse Pro Gamer, Will, his toy, the toy clearance, for their involvement with and surrounding Extra Life, as well as Kim, as well as Stupidly Epic, for their involvement for Extra Life. Because god damn you guys, and Michael, and Punisher for theirs, so far. They're all awesome people in the chat with us tonight, except for one. Yeah, I'm watching you, Sam. Not cool.
All right, guys. Now, before we go, I thank you all for being here, all the bits, all the donations, everything. For anybody who's left, and there's a few of you, there's something special you get to see.
Yeah.
I made this, and it's only because you guys stayed do you guys get to see it. And I'm just working on getting it pulled up right now. Okay, there it is. It's there. I just gotta make sure it's got the right settings and everything. It's got a nope. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Have to make sure it just doesn't drain the PC. Good. All right. So cool. It's there. It's good. We're good. Yep, we're good. Just come back here. Free deals, exactly. Because you guys stayed to the end, and I want to thank you all for being with us this long. If you've been with us this long, wait, what? Why? What are you doing? I mean, we appreciate it, but wow, you just were here for like an hour and a half of us talking about whatever it is that we talked about, because I can't remember half of it because I blanked out after the whole Uno rant. What was the first show, half of the show about? I don't know. But we want to thank you all for being here, because it means you actually care and you want to listen to the show. We appreciate that. We appreciate you for being here the entire time, whether it be on the Twitch stream. Hi, people on the Twitch stream. Whether it be watching on YouTube. Hi, people on the YouTube. Whether it be also then listening to the audio version of this. Hi, people on the audio. I'm waving to you. You can't see it because you're watching on the audio, but I'm waving. And we still support you because we love you. All 12 of you who download this episode. So, sorry, audio people, you probably won't see this. You may not even hear this. But this is going to be the new thing we do at the end of the show. And for all of you guys who are here, enjoy watching it, because I enjoyed making it. And once you've watched it, you need to tell all the people next week that we're here for this week to stay to the end of the show to watch it. Because it's cool and it's fun. And also you get to watch it on the video one, or just so you just tell them to go to the YouTube channel and watch it there, because it's really funny. All right, guys. Will you have anything else for the good of the order?
No, that's everything. Thank you very much, everyone.
All right. I have to actually click on this because I don't have it set up crazy, right? Like a pleb I am. Good night, everybody. Good luck. Dropping frames at the perfect time. This is great. Have a good evening.